I knew that you would like it.
I like a lot of stuff. Oh, yes. Welcome once again to another edition of Geek Culture Congress. One of our hosts, always Louis Speedy Jr. Gonzalez, accompanied by in studio.
Finally.
Michaela is in studio finally.
Hello.
How you doing? Good?
Good. I'm doing well.
Yeah. What's going on? How was
Nothing.
D23? Tell us your whole experience
Amazing.
of D23, yeah?
D23 was
Let's
great.
talk
I
about
love
D23 and everything that you endured there while we wait for other guys to trickle in here.
Yeah, well, D23 is the Disney convention. I know you guys talked about it last time,
Okay.
but ever since Marvel and Star Wars got added to it,
Mhm.
me and my husband have gone, and it's just a lot of fun. You get to
Yeah.
hear a lot about everything to do with Disney,
That's dope.
spanning everything.
Really?
We're talking games.
Uh-huh.
We're talking comic books. We're talking books.
Yeah.
We're talking movies, television.
You were telling me the Robotech stuff again?
Oh, so New York Comic Con is
it's
the
coming up.
beginning of
Mhm.
October.
Yes.
And I know I'm going.
You're going?
Yes, I know. I know.
I always say,
do
I know New
everything.
York City, like me personally, and I always like, dang, I'm gonna go to New York Comic Con, but it always that beginning week of October is so inconvenient for me in so many ways, always.
I've never gone, and we did it again. This is the year of Comic Cons for me and my husband.
Wow.
We went to Star Wars. We went to D23.
Well, that's what happens. You're
We're
making
going
all that
to New York.
promotion director money.
No. It's all because of Dominic's YouTube channel,
Okay,
honestly.
okay.
Well, we go to D23 Expo every time they have it. But, yeah, they have a Robotech panel,
Yeah.
and they have a Thundercats panel,
Yeah.
which I think is cool. I know that Dominic and I will be going to, if you heard the show Solar Opposites on Hulu, we're gonna try to go to that panel. And another big one for us is the Back to the Future reunion panel, which
Okay.
we're definitely going with that one because we paid for tickets for that one.
Okay. That's cool. The reunion panels are fun.
I'm excited for
Usually.
it. And then another big one for us on the last day is Doom Patrol and Titans panel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we're gonna
my
go to
wife
that.
is into
We're
Doom
gonna try
Patrol.
to go to that.
My wife is big into Doom
Yeah.
Patrol. She thinks it's hilarious.
Brendan Fraser
Yeah.
is gonna
Oh,
be
yeah,
there,
yeah.
and a lot of other people from Doom Patrol and
He
Titans.
got a lot of acclaim from this last movie. He got like a standing
Whale
ovation,
or-
like a 5-minute standing ovation.
yeah,
for
it was
Whale.
called Whale. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
crazy,
great, man.
crazy. They have so much stuff.
He
going
deserves
on.
it.
He has a lot of stuff going
Yeah,
on. And then
yeah.
Oscar Isaac is going to be there. Sebastian Stan, the guy who voices SpongeBob. So
Right.
we'll see a lot, do a lot, report on it, of course.
That's right.
But,
We're
yeah.
gonna talk about it all right here. Geek
Oh,
Culture Congress.
yeah.
Thanks to Michaela
Yeah.
and Dominic's YouTube channel, which has more views than ours.
He's just very consistent with it.
Yeah. No, that's great.
He's just always on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we at D23, the big reason why we go is because his Funko videos, and Funko was present at D23 Expo, and they had a bunch of Disney pops and sodas and stuff. But our biggest thing, which you guys talked about last time, was the live action panel with Star Wars, Marvel, Lucasfilm, and I'm sure you guys talked about it, but Willow, that series coming
Yeah.
to Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Well, it's a continuation from the movie that Ron Howard made,
Mhm.
and it just looks incredible.
Did you enjoy it? You enjoyed it, huh?
I enjoyed the trailer, which it dropped online.
Right,
so
right. I shared it. I was
very good.
live when people were tweeting.
Oh,
And
yeah, you
I
were.
got blocked by Disney. Disney knocked me
How
off of
dare you.
Facebook. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, big news: David Harbour and Sebastian Stan coming to the Thunderbolts, which they were there. That's the biggest reason I like going. Like, you get to hear all these announcements
Right.
when you're home,
Yeah.
but it's when these people show up on stage and talk to you about their role. It just gets me all emotional. I loved when Paul Rudd and the guy who plays Kang, now I'm like blanking, Jonathan Majors,
Yeah, they were there.
when they were on stage together,
Okay.
just their presence with the humor and like the love for their roles just gets you all excited.
That's
and-
good. They're excited about it.
Yeah, it makes them really excited. I'm sure Jonathan Majors is going to be in the MCU for the next like 10, 15 years type of thing. So he's got to get comfortable
I think
in the
he's
role.
loving it. I think he's loving it,
Oh,
and
yeah.
that Marvel check that's in his bank account. Boy, I tell you that.
Yeah.
And they're probably gonna keep rolling in.
Yep. And Indiana Jones, seeing Harrison Ford on stage is always so exciting. And this is gonna be the last time he's
the last time.
Last
is Indiana
video.
Jones,
Last movie.
Yeah.
Last one is Indiana Jones. That's it. And then looking at Avatar, James Cameron wasn't there, but he was there on live video feed, and he was talking about the movie and how.
Speaking about Avatar, I have a note about Avatar. It's gonna be. I guess it's getting re-released in movie theaters this weekend.
Yeah. I don't know about this weekend, but I know it's getting re-released.
Well,
I know
soon.
that it is happening.
I saw the commercial for it, and I was like, "Oh, is this a new one?" Because it really looked really good. Like the trailer that was on TV. Like I was watching football Sunday, and then the commercial came on, and I was like, "Oh snap! Okay, is this the new one? Like, is this part 2?" And I was like, "Wait a second, it's the same people. It's the same dude that's supposed to be dead."
The dead people are coming back.
Ah, okay.
But that. I know you probably saw the trailer for the re-release.
Yeah, it was for the re-release.
Avatar.
Definitely, yeah, it was for the re-release.
September 23rd. Yeah, this weekend.
It looks so good. This trailer looks so good. And I was like, wow. I wonder if they added like some more rendering to it or something.
Some
oomph to it.
Yeah, they probably did. Avatar. I don't know. When you first see Avatar, I saw it in IMAX in Orlando. Yeah. I was like on the edge of my seat. I loved it. Some people have some choice words about Avatar. They don't really love it. They think it looks video gamey.
Yeah.
But I love it.
Well, you know, Tarek.
He said it looked like a video
doesn't
game.
like the blue people, you know.
The Na'vi.
Yeah, the Na'vi.
I like it. I don't know. Seeing those 6 scenes that they showed us, I loved it. I was infatuated with it.
To be perfectly fair, I don't know if he likes the Smurfs either. You know, so.
He just doesn't like blue.
He might just be biased against blue people in general.
Blue. He don't like that blue song either.
Yeah. He doesn't like the blue man group.
Nope.
He doesn't like none of that stuff.
But yeah, I don't know. Avatar. Yeah, they showed us 6 scenes from it. It looks incredible. I mean, they had this underwater scene that was just awesome.
Wow.
They showed it in Dolby 3D. Yeah. They transformed the panel area, the Hall D23, and they gave us all glasses. We all saw 6 scenes.
Dang, they gave you glasses too and everything.
Well, we didn't get to keep the glasses, but.
Well, no, I mean, yeah, but it's still, they supply some 3D glasses.
They were like, here's the glasses.
That's pretty dope.
It was incredible. I mean, the reason why I say dead people are coming back is because Sigourney Weaver. Her character passed away. Spoiler alert, if you saw the first one, it came out like more than 10 years ago, so I hope you saw the trailer. Well, saw the movie.
I think everyone's seen Avatar one time.
I hope
in their
so.
life.
Well, Sigourney Weaver's character dies, and Sigourney Weaver comes back as a child, like she's like 12 or something.
Huh?
Yeah, and so it is the 2 main characters' daughter, but it's not through like. I don't know, birthing the kid. It was like made from the mom, from Sigourney Weaver's character, and the villain in it.
Yeah,
I guess they bring him back to life. Yeah, I guess you're gonna see it.
He was a good villain.
He was a good villain, and he is one of the villains in this one.
Okay,
and he comes back as a Na'vi again. I think that maybe someone brought him back to life, just like they did Sam.
Yeah.
So it's just a lot going on in that movie. It's going to be a long movie again, but I don't know. It's going to be beautiful.
Tarek's going to hate it.
Oh, I'm going to love it.
I'm going to ask him if he shows up. I said, are you just going to watch Avatar 2 just so you can hate about it?
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's good. James Cameron, I heard him in an interview say, if you can make some like great movies, they let you do whatever you want. Like he made Titanic.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's one of the kings.
Yeah, there was a cool quote. I was watching the John Campia show.
John Campia?
Yeah, John Campia. That's how you say it? Yeah. It's added to the list of names I butcher here.
It's okay.
Sorry.
He's Canadian. Yeah. Just kidding. No, he's a big in the movie
world. He's got a cool
world.
show. He's got a cool like radio style podcast show.
Yeah, I like it. It's definitely changed throughout the years.
I like his style. But he was talking about some article that pretty much James Cameron got some feedback from the first Avatar movie from like the movie execs, whatever. He was quoting the original article, which is somewhere, I guess, on a Variety or something like that. I don't know. But James Cameron pretty much said, "Hey, listen," to the guy that came from wherever, Fox or whatever. He was like, "You see this building that's in here? Like my Avatar, my Titanic movie paid for this building, multi-million-dollar building. We're sitting here right now. Let me do what I need to do."
Right.
That.
Yeah, like, that's exactly. I think that's where we heard the quote from too, John Campia.
Yeah.
But John Campia, he's actually under some heat right now because he not spoiled, but he
spill the beans, Michaela.
He got to watch ANDOR, The first
Really?
3 episodes of Andor, and he is off of the Disney media list. But we don't know how he was able to watch the first 3 episodes. He talked about it. He talked about it before the embargo was lifted.
That's why he got spanked.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I don't know the story about it. I just know that it was all this controversy, but I'm sure it melted away because I think the embargo lifted already, so it doesn't matter anymore.
Okay.
Well, it comes out Wednesday.
The embargo lifted already because I already seen
I think it was
reviews.
like Thursday it came out.
I was like,
but he talked about it 2 days before. Anyway, it was just like messy.
Yeah.
You don't screw Disney.
No, you don't screw Disney. No. Speaking of screwing Disney, here's Tarek Lewis, ladies and gentlemen. Actor, comedian extraordinaire. How you doing, sir?
I've done nothing at Disney. I'm still up for roles.
Wait, I can't hear him. I don't know why I can't hear
I'm still available for all the roles.
I can't hear him. Oh, I think I know why.
Because it was just the 2 of us, and now we're...
Now I can hear him. What's up, brother?
What's going on, fam?
What's going on?
Hey, I heard you love Avatar. That's what I heard.
Ugh.
And you're so excited for the sequel.
Oh, my God. The imperialist propaganda film. Pocahontas in blue.
I love it.
Pocahontas in blue.
Did they show you a new trailer at D23?
Well, we saw 6 scenes in Dolby 3D.
Scenes?
Yeah, 6 scenes.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you're excited.
We saw all the blue.
You realize other people who were not listening to this loud heard sex scenes in Avatar, okay?
Close enough. Just kidding.
That's gonna. If that becomes a headline, we know where it came from. Okay?
The biggest thing that when you see those movies, you're like the Na'vi have like this cloth that's covering them, and it's like barely anything, and you're like, how is it not slipping? Like we saw underwater scenes of them swimming, and it's like, how are you not seeing their junk on the screen?
Apparently, there's no wardrobe malfunctions over there.
Oh, I'm sure there's not. They control everything.
Yeah.
It's just weird.
So hype for it, or no?
I mean, I'm hyped for it because I grew up with Avatar. Like it came out when I was like in high school or middle school or whatever. So I was like, oh my gosh, I love this film. But I don't know. I'm excited for it. I think it looks cool. Now, do I love that they're bringing back characters that died in the original one? No, because I'm like, okay, so it's just a repeat type of thing. But I don't know. We'll see what really happens.
Is it a prequel?
It's a sequel.
It's a sequel. It is a sequel. Okay.
It's a sequel. So it's a sequel, and obviously we all know that like Sam's character, like and Zoe Saldana's character are like in love, and Sam's character was like he was he can't use his legs. He's whatever. I can't even think of it.
Paralyzed.
He's paralyzed. Sorry, he's paralyzed, and he uses the Na'vi character, the Avatar, to be able to like feel free again. So he dies in it, and then he comes back and lives as a Na'vi,
right?
Because whatever happened during the fight scene. And now Sigourney Weaver's character died, but apparently she's coming back as a 12-year-old. Like she comes back as their daughter, but through Sigourney Weaver's character. So I think that's kind of odd. And the mom's like, I say the mom, but Sigourney Weaver's like Na'vi character Avatar is like living in this tube. And we see it in one of the scenes. And then hearing Sigourney Weaver as a kid does not work. That I have to say does not work. Because she sounds like an adult woman. You know?
Right. And
then the villain, if you're familiar with the villain from the last film, she's still voicing it. And all like the CGI is like based on her.
Really?
But then the villain in the first one is the villain again. Well, I don't know if there's a greater villain, but he's one of them. And he's back as an Avatar. And he died in the first one as well.
Really?
They released it at D23 Expo that he was coming back. And then they showed us that the reason why they told us that is because they showed us a scene with him.
Oh, wow.
And it was like a battle scene. It was like them trying to kidnap us, Zoe Saldana's character and this whole big thing. But it's just kind of crazy to see that, you know, these people who died in the first one are coming back. So it just makes me nervous that it's just a copy of the first one. But I don't know. I mean, it's probably going to be a 3-hour film. So there must be more to the story.
Right.
Listen, they copied fairy tales from throughout the centuries for the first one. I don't see why they even copy themselves.
Maybe. There's 5 of them. So I'm like, are you just going to keep bringing people back from the dead?
Yeah, why not? Why not? That seems to be
my God. They're like, no new ideas, no new friends. They should be a Drake album.
Hey, but you can't blame them because honestly, every movie does it practically.
Oh yeah.
Hollywood is known for like just repeats.
The infamous Fast and Furious.
Oh yeah, family.
Yeah.
Family.
It's all
but in
about
Tokyo
family.
this time. So.
Tokyo drifting.
Oh man, so good. That was it. Any other exclusive stuff you saw that didn't hit?
Well, the Ant-Man trailer was pretty cool.
Okay.
Seeing them being in the quantum realm, like all of them. We're talking all of the characters.
Okay.
Like we're talking Hank, we're talking
Okay.
Hope, we're talking Scott,
Mhm.
Cassie, we're talking Cassie's mom,
Okay.
and all of them go to the quantum realm because of Cassie.
Wow.
During
okay.
the blip, she was reading about Hank
Mm-hmm.
Pym,
Mm-hmm.
and she got some ideas, and she found she's now like a scientist, and she like learned how to communicate with the quantum realm. And Scott and Hope are like happy for her, but then Hank and the mom and like his wife are like, no, like Van Dyne, like no, like you don't know who you're communicating with in the quantum realm,
Right.
and then that's when they get pushed into the quantum realm, like with the communicating with it.
Okay.
And so then they're trying to get their way out of it, but then we find out there's like this whole community in the quantum realm. That's how like Van Dyne was like she was able to, communicate or like learn a lot,
Right.
and
Survive
in the quantum realm,
Right.
with that. So we get to like see what she experienced. It's almost gonna be like a Guardians of the Galaxy, too, in my opinion.
Oh,
When they go to
okay.
Ego
The
type
style.
of thing, when they go to
Yeah.
Ego.
Style. Yeah. Okay.
But then Kang is in the quantum realm, from what we see, kind of, and you see this interaction with Scott and Kang, and it's just very impressive.
Really.
Yeah, it's just like Kang is trying to like tell Scott like we can relate to each other. We're both like the same, but you see Kang's like powers right off the bat.
Wow. Okay.
Right. So
All
it's
right.
just like
I think it's gonna be
it's gonna be good. It's not gonna
It's
be
probably gonna set up the real Kang threat then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Kang is gonna be the major guy in all of it and all the next phases. But then we also saw Secret Invasion, which doesn't look that great.
No, you don't like it?
No, I mean, honestly, it's just like we've waited so long for it that it's at this point, it's like, okay, does it really fit in anymore? There's other threats here.
I kind of liked it because it looked a little serious. When
I know someone who saw the whole thing.
Really.
Like, actually, a friend of ours saw the whole thing and said he's a huge Marvel fan, and he's like, ugh, it needed work. So they went in for a lot of reshoots for that film. So I'm very on the fence about
it a series or a film though?
Series.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm on the fence about Secret Invasion just because they did use a focus group, and they did use that focus group to do reshoots, and I just like, oh, this is just a disaster.
Yeah. Thank you, John, for your comment.
What did John say?
I was talking about I was doing a festival, salsa bachata festival in Sarasota, and John was congratulating me. He was having
That's
a good
good.
time. Thank you, brother. Really appreciate you.
The Loki trailer looked good. I mean, I think you guys all talked about this last time, but did they release that online?
Yes,
Loki?
not the Loki one. The Loki one.
Okay.
So tell us about the Loki one, because the Secret Invasion one is online.
The Ki-Hu Kwan, Ki-Hu Kwan from Indiana Jones and Everything
right.
Everywhere All at
Oh
Once.
yeah.
I am so excited he's joining the cast because I feel like he's a very like all over the place actor. Like we saw in Everything Everywhere All at Once that he could do everything practically. So I'm excited to see him in this one because I think it has a lot to do with Loki, because Loki is being pushed through time as a singular person. So you see in the trailer, you see him like jumping a lot, like his physical being, and he can't control it. And it's because of, all the splits in time.
Right.
And then they said the cast of Loki was there, and they said that we were going to learn about the backstories to like all of the people you got introduced to in the first season and how they got to the TVA.
Oh, okay.
So I'm excited to like dive into these characters that we've grown to love from the first season. So that's going to be cool.
That's going to be great. That's going to be good.
I'm
Anything
excited.
else exclusive?
I think did the Mandalorian trailer drop? Yeah, that dropped.
That dropped. Yep.
Babu Freak is in it. I mean, that was something we had known from Star Wars Celebration.
Baba
they
Freak
finally...
is fun. I would rob him too. I'll be like, I'm gonna take this.
Yep.
Put this in my show.
We saw the Indiana Jones trailer. I know that didn't drop online.
You did see Indiana Jones trailer, but it was like a little teaser.
Yeah, we saw a trailer for
a
it.
Trailer, like an official trailer.
Yeah,
you got to tell us about it.
Well, it looks great. It looks very down to the roots of Indiana Jones, like the humor, the action. I don't know how much action goes into it though, because
I'm gonna
of
date
his age.
myself, okay? But I'm so into. Remember the old Atari 2600 Indiana Jones game, Tarek?
Yes, I do.
You had to play with 2 controllers.
Yeah, that game was fucking terrible.
It was. But I was so like, you're so obsessed in beating that game. I figured out how to freaking do it.
Yeah.
When I was young.
I don't quite remember playing it, again. But I remember it existing.
Yeah, well, it exists. I still got it. Yeah. That's how deep I am in Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones, the man.
Yeah.
I like that.
This is his last, Harrison Ford's last movie in general.
I'm here for
it. It was kind of sad because he was crying on stage.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, and maybe if you guys like it, I'll do it again. And then he stops mid-sentence. He's like, actually, I'm not doing this again. It was a lot. I'm not doing it again. This is the last thing. Enjoy it while you have it.
This is his last movie overall. He's retiring from the game.
Yeah, I think he's retiring overall. I think that's it. I think the reason why he came back for this one is because they made him come back for Star Wars. And then he's like, okay, if I have to come back for Star Wars and you're making another Indiana Jones movie,
I want to do it.
Yeah, so he's gonna he doubled down as well.
Yeah, I mean, I have really high hopes for this because Phoebe Waller-Bridge is in it, and I think she helped write it. So she's in Fleabag. She made Fleabag. I think that's an incredible show. I love Fleabag.
I haven't seen Fleabag.
And seeing her in this, like, I would have, out of all of the comedians or writers, I would have never picked her to be an Indiana Jones.
Really?
But I think she could really do it good. Indiana Jones.
Is she like the replacement, you think, or are they just gonna stop making Indiana Jones movies?
I don't think she's the replacement, and I think she's the antagonist in it. But then she like they go on the same side because then maybe they have the same threat.
Yeah.
But I don't think she's replacing Indiana Jones. I think this is it.
Yeah.
At least for this decade.
No Shia LaBeouf. I'm guessing.
No Shia LaBeouf. No.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, I don't even think they would bring Shia LaBeouf out now because of the stuff with "Don't Worry, Darling." Even if he was in it, but he's not in it.
Yeah. That's gonna be
Did the Marvels trailer drop? I don't even know what dropped and what didn't.
Marvels trailer did not
drop. We saw the Marvels trailer. It looks fun.
Tell us about it.
It looks fun. I mean, I'm not like hooked on it yet, but it does. Their source of power, their light power, is like getting mixed up, and like they're switching places all the time, and they're trying to figure out what is happening.
That's interesting.
Like that's when we saw Bree. Pop into Kamala Khan's house.
Yeah.
And then Bree is where Rambeau is, and Rambeau is where Bree is. Where Bree was. Or where Captain Marvel is. Carol.
I like that.
But they did, which I did not like that they showed this, but in that trailer, I wanted to see it in the movie. They showed Carol and Monica, right? Where's her mom's name? Maria.
Maria. Yeah.
Okay. So they showed them both, and they were like looked at each other because she knew Carol knew Monica when she was a kid,
right?
So it was this awkward scene between them of like, yeah, I knew you when you were a kid, but Monica has this like resentment, but I think it's because she left planet Earth,
right,
and left them.
Yeah, they got beef,
abandoned. So it was interesting to see that, but I would have rather seen it in the movie. I want to see it in the movie when it's happening. I don't want to see it in the trailer.
Right.
Like we know it's going to be tense. Okay.
It was too much. Too much.
A little bit, but I guess they have more
much.
going on with that. So I don't know. The Marvels looks fun. Kamala Khan. I think Iman Vellani is so funny.
Yeah.
And she is an actual comic book fan. So seeing her be a comic book like superhero is cool.
Okay.
I don't know. As a woman,
I'm excited for it.
And then they showed Echo. They showed stuff from Echo.
Really?
I'm not I was like, okay, Echo. Like,
yeah, I think Echo's going to be a skipper for me.
It's going to be a sequel, so it's not going to be a prequel. It's going to be a sequel. And Vincent D'Onofrio shows back up. And obviously, we didn't really see him die in Hawkeye. And then the best part was when after Echo was over, Vincent stayed on stage and was like, Kevin Feige, you're going to show him the next thing I'm in? And then Charlie Cox came out and they talked about Daredevil.
Okay. That was cool.
They don't have nothing from it, but They didn't show anything from Daredevil. They haven't even started filming yet, but they said it's happening and it's gonna be. I forgot how many episodes, but it's a lot of episodes. I think it's like more than 12.
Okay.
It was like it's a lot of episodes. I don't know how long they are. But Charlie said, "Well, we could show you something. It's not going to be from Daredevil, but it's going to be of Daredevil." And they showed us a piece of this episode, this coming episode that's dropping on Thursday. And like I texted it to you guys that we see them getting ready to be in a fight together with like these goons, these henchmen. The reason why I said goons and henchmen is because they go back and forth about what is a goon versus a henchman. And it's just a very funny scene between Daredevil and She-Hulk.
Okay.
And so they're trying to figure out like how they should go about like attacking these guys. And she has this funny thing like, well, how do you know how many guys are in there? And she's like, I can hear their heartbeats.
Right.
And she's like, no, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. And then he's like, I can hear yours as well. And it's thumping very fast. And she's like, no, it's not. Like she's getting really like, just self-conscious about it. And it's just very funny to see them reenact like just talk back and forth.
Banter.
So we're definitely going to see more of him than just the post-credit scene, which I was very worried about. I know a lot of people were like, oh, he's just going to be an end credit scene where he just shows up. That's not the case. He's probably going to be like in the full episode because they just teased it on last episode where they saw his helmet.
Yeah.
If you watched it, you see that. And then Wakanda Forever, they talked about that. We saw a scene with Angela Bassett as, the queen. And she comes into this courtroom and they're pretty much trying to like say that they're hogging up all the vibranium. And now like they're the reason that some of these countries are in the state that they are because, Wakanda is hogging stuff up.
Right.
And then she pretty much like, we see a scene where like these like army guys, I don't know what country they're from, probably maybe even America, they try to go and try to take vibranium from like some of like the little spread out like headquarters areas.
Oh.
And she's like, no, you guys are like trying to come after us. Like we're trying to be open here. And like you guys, and it's like now that the king is dead, you guys think that you could take advantage and come after us. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see like the world versus Wakanda.
Wow. Okay.
And I think that's why it's called Wakanda Forever, because it's saying like the traditions of Wakanda, they're trying to say the heritage, that's home for them.
Right.
And now like they see the world turn on them and they have to feel, loyal to their country.
Okay.
Because, Wakanda Forever.
Right.
And it was just very interesting to see. And then we saw a little close up, and I think this trailer dropped online and they showed a more closer up look of Black Panther, and it definitely feels like a woman. Just the way that he was moving.
Okay.
I don't know. And then the last thing, because this is coming out in a couple weeks, Werewolf by Night.
Oh yeah.
That trailer dropped, and I think that looks cool. I just
have
to say it looks cool. I think it looks fun.
Yeah, okay. All right, cool.
Yeah.
But that was a great experience you had out there then. You got a bunch of exclusive stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And she brought it live here to Geek Culture Conference.
Number one thing you're most excited about coming off of D23, what would you say?
Off of that panel?
Yeah.
Probably surprise Willow.
Wow.
I'm excited for Willow. I think it's going to be good.
That's interesting.
I think it's going to be fun.
All right, cool. So what are we going to do, guys? We're going to talk about Hot D, or we're going to go into She-Hulk episode 5?
What did you just call it? Don't call it that no more. Whatever it was. No, don't repeat it.
Hot D. HOTD.
Don't even repeat it. You don't say those articles in the middle, dog. You could just say HD. And I'd have been cool. ID when I can do that, man.
We're going to do She-Hulk then? Talk about episode 5?
Let's just go on to She-Hulk, because we were already doing on D23. Let's talk about She-Hulk.
Cool. Yeah, so how do we feel about the show right now as a whole? We're in 5 episodes. Huh? Where are you at as far as your temperature and
fun? I think it's fun. Yeah, I think I like how it doesn't take itself too seriously and it pokes fun at the MCU in general. And I just think it's fun. I mean, I don't think it's going to be like detrimental to the MCU, but I think it'll just be something that we could laugh at and just enjoy. Yeah,
I think it's fun. It's like, I guess, just MCU making fun of themselves, I guess.
Yeah.
Tarek, how you feel about She-Hulk right now? 5
Um,
episodes in.
while I enjoy watching it, if I was advising someone, they said, "Should I go watch it?" I wouldn't necessarily be like, "Yeah, definitely go watch it."
Mm-hmm.
But I enjoy watching it. It's like I enjoy the series Fargo on Hulu or on FX. It's a
Mhm.
great show, but I wouldn't tell everybody to go watch Fargo because it may not be
Your
your
cup of
type
tea.
of humor. You
Right.
know, I think
Yeah.
I think I'm with Michaela. I think it's enjoyable to watch. Like I'm not like, oh, I got to watch it before everybody else. It's not one of
Mm-hmm.
those types of feels.
Right.
It's just
Mhm.
I like they make fun of themselves. It doesn't. It's not too. It has messages and tones in it, but it's not. They're not too in your face. I don't think. Um,
Okay.
it's a sitcom. It's a
Yeah.
sitcom, but I would say what I told people is not funny enough to be just a standalone sitcom. But it's funnier because she's She-Hulk.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? Like, so I like it. It's not. I think sometimes you don't have to have a show that means ramifications throughout the MCU,
Right.
and I think that's what this is. This is just kind of like a ground level. You know, when the Netflix shows were out, Daredevil and Punisher and all those, it was like, oh, we getting this ground level, grimy look at the underbelly of like the superhero world, and I
Mm-hmm.
think we're getting a finally a nice, solid comical look at it, and I'm cool with it. I think it's okay. I think it's good.
Yeah. Me personally, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it for what it is, and
Mhm.
it's definitely interesting. At least if even if you're just a casual MCU fan, at least. So
I mean, I like it
give it
more
a
than
shot.
Moon Knight.
Yeah, yeah, I would say that. I like Moon Knight for what it was too. I guess. It's like I applaud Marvel for trying these different things. There you go.
Yeah, I can't say if I like it more than Moon Knight yet because I don't know what the ending of She-Hulk is like
Yeah.
yet because I really loved Moon Knight in the beginning and then at the end I was like, oh no, oh no, oh no
Well,
again.
like I said, some things are hit and miss sometimes. You know what I mean? But Titania trademarks the She-Hulk name. Spoiler alert, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not caught up here with She-Hulk episode 5. Okay. So I guess apparently it also opens up a bigger question. Like, yo, what happens if somebody outmaneuvers you legally and copyrights your superhero name? You know what I mean? It's kind of like and kind of answers one of those questions. Those unsaid questions in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Like, can you prove that you've used that moniker professionally? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
I think it's
something. It's
cool.
a serious topic that the Incredibles tried to address, and we just laughed them off. But now here we are, back where we started. We have to face it.
Yeah.
Man, Brad Bird
Yeah.
had it first.
Yeah.
And she almost lost the copyright.
Yeah, I mean, because
Yeah.
she wanted to reject the name.
Yeah. Yeah. So you gotta
I would say
I
this is
think
one of
Mm-hmm.
the
Go ahead, Terry.
this episode is one of the first ones where they had like a really nice tie-in to the previous episode. I feel like the other ones have been very individual, like
Mm-hmm.
very
Yeah.
self-contained, and this was the first one. Like, oh, we're going to tie into something that happened before.
in the
That's
episode in the series,
yeah. I
even
mean,
with
like,
the Wong one with the magician.
yeah, but that was just another Wong appearance.
Oh.
Like every time he shows up, it's for something different.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like a full tie-in. It's like this one's like we're bringing out some other characters to show that she was dating in the previous episode, and it ties in, and it's what they said back then matters now. But Wong coming up, Wong is just their go-to cameo, I think. So
He's got the time.
yeah, he's got the time.
Yeah, fulfill that clause in his contract.
Yeah.
So yeah, she almost loses it, and I guess I just think it's interesting going from that to like, okay, you need to improve your appearance, Jennifer. That was fine. There's got to be somebody who makes superhero outfits or something that's
I mean, she needed it.
Yeah, that suit was
looks like
a little
crap.
that big and tall suit wasn't working.
Yeah, well,
I wonder
exciting.
I wonder what the outfit's going to be because she doesn't really wear a uniform. That's why I think she had like the purple and white
Right.
little jumpsuit for a while in the comic
Yeah.
books. But a lot of times you see her in lawyer clothes.
Has to be fitting too.
Yeah.
Or womanly shape.
And if they find it out, why didn't Hulk go there earlier? He was just walking around in just pants for years.
Well,
I guess he created the market.
Yeah. I guess he did. I definitely is a market because the gentleman seems busy and he's known for making that stuff. So that's an actual character though that they pulled out from. I think the comic book was a Dakota North. I think.
Which character?
That character creates the
costumes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's an actual
Well,
character.
that's why now we know why Daredevil's in L.A.
Mm-hmm. That will make sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got that little after it all. Of course, She-Hulk won the lawsuit, and she's able to keep her name and establish that she is She-Hulk and all that stuff. All that stuff was fun, and there wasn't a lot of like action or any like bashing and stuff like that much at all in this episode. There was a lot of like legal maneuvering.
Right. I wish they would have said something like, "Well, the government like bought the rights to like the other names."
Oh, like close the loophole.
Right. It's so all the merchandise goes straight to government.
Well, you noticed. Remember when they walked into the restaurant and the guy was selling the bootleg Avenger stuff? I would think like Tony Stark, of course, would copyright things like that. Avengers.
Yeah, that's why he couldn't Avengers.
Yeah, that's why he said Avengers on it. That's what I'm saying. Like somebody.
So that was a tie. I mean, yeah, that was.
Yeah, he would have copyrighted all that stuff. I mean,
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. It would have been funny if they would have been like, "Well, yeah, Stark."
Oh, remember they were talking about the shoes, the sneakers. Remember he was like, "Oh, I need to get the new Iron Man, whatever I forgot what he called them.
Right.
Iron Man Air Force whatever's. I don't know.
The Iron Man 5s, yeah.
Iron Man 5s or whatever. Like what I'm saying. So there's a copy.
Joey can relate. He's not here, but he can relate.
Oh yeah.
But we only got that little yellow Daredevil headgear hat in a box.
Helmet
thing, and that was it. That was it for this episode. So
I just told you what's going to happen in the other one.
Yeah, there we go. But I mean,
I think that was fine. I think they're a little old. I think that was fine actually.
But there was no post-credit scene. That should have been the post-credit scene.
That was
I was like,
what more do you want?
I thought there was going to be a post-credit scene for every single one.
That's what they told everybody. Daredevil's here next week, guys. Come back.
Yeah, that was a strange.
We're not adding more to the end. You could just come back next week.
Yeah, that was strange where they placed it. I don't like Daredevil in the yellow outfit though. Like I think that's weird.
Nah, and I think they did it on purpose just to make him look not as dark.
That's his LA outfit.
Yeah.
Just the LA fit, yeah.
His gold.
Watch there be like a line like I didn't want
for
this
the Lakers.
Yellow. I didn't want this yellow, and I had to wear it because you got in trouble. I had to help you, or whatever, something like that. I don't know. But there we go. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. That's it for our She-Hulk talk. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Whatever you think about She-Hulk, put it in the comments below and let us know what you think about the show in general. We're 5 episodes in.
She's so relatable.
Yeah.
With her dating.
My wife loves the show. My daughter loves the show. My daughter is not caught up on nothing Marvel. And
except
she
for
loves
this one.
The show.
You don't need to watch anything else.
Yeah. So there's definitely I see the appeal for it, definitely. And I am enjoying it personally. But House of the Dragon is the real Game of Thrones. Let me tell you that. I really like it. I really like it a lot. And it's like not hardly any action. It's just a lot of acting and it's
there's no
a
action?
lot of a little bit. There's just a lot of
character development.
And acting and drama and
building up to it.
Yeah, and building up the stuff. Exactly. I'm really enjoying the way the whole direction of the show, man. How you, Tarek? How do you feel about House of the Dragon?
I'm actually kind of liking it too.
Yeah.
A lot of the intrigue, like who people manipulating each other in situations, and I think it's at the core of what Game of Thrones was about, like prophecies and giants and White Walkers and stuff like that was like always like a looming threat that was way down the line, and it was all about like the game, like who's going to come up, who's going to manipulate each other. I think they're doing a good job of that. I think it's interesting the way they are able to do the time jumps, where they jump in time for large periods of time.
I guess apparently this was the last episode that we see these actresses perform, because they're going to go so far in the time jump, they're changing actresses.
Yeah, I think they're jumping ahead like 10 years. Yeah,
I think they're jumping like 10 years, and they're changing actresses for the Queen and for Rhaenyra. Yeah.
But Matt Smith is staying on?
I don't know.
Yes.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, he'll be the same.
Is his character not at age?
So his character is already like in his
he
probably
ages
20s.
like with a makeup.
Yeah, his character is already like probably like in his 30s, where the other two girls are like teenagers now.
Oh, so it makes sense to get a new
Yeah.
actress. Okay.
Yeah, they're probably about
like,
15.
how is that
16,
fair?
Yeah. Yeah, they're right. Even in Westeros, men don't have to worry about aging. No.
It's like, goodbye.
No.
Oh man, so
Black will crack in this one, I believe.
Yeah. Yes.
We didn't even talk about episode 3, so we gotta go through 3, 4, and 5 today because Joey wasn't even caught up with 3 and 4. So yeah, he's behind, and he didn't show up today. So we're gonna get through 3 and 4 and 5. Hopefully, he'll be caught up by 6 when he comes back eventually.
And, man, you asked me that, but remember what happened in episode 3. I gotta look this up.
Yeah, no, I had to go backwards too. I think this was the battle against the crab feeder. I think that was
the crab feeder. Yes.
Yeah.
Great moment. Great watershed moment for a main character, like him sacrificing himself, and Daemon Targaryen. Yeah, that was a very good. It was a very good moment, film wise. That's like when we say not a lot of action. There's not a lot of action.
That was great action. All that.
But that was great action in that episode. Yeah. I think
not a lot of action compared to the original.
Well, maybe,
is that what you're
maybe
saying?
Not. I guess we haven't had enough episodes. I guess. I mean, we're talking about
5 episodes.
5 episodes where we've had how many seasons of Game of Thrones? 8.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't watch it. I've never watched it in my life.
It's not a fair comparison. It's not a fair comparison at all. But let's see. I think.
How long are the episodes? Hour?
Oh yeah. Hard hour, definitely.
Yeah.
Hard 55 minutes.
Yeah.
Including intro and outro.
And a little longer if you want to wait around for the showrunners to explain everything that didn't make sense at the end.
Wait, what?
They have a little thing
at
the end where they're like
their perspective.
They have like a post show.
Yeah, they have a post show.
Yeah.
Say, hey, what we didn't fit into the show.
No, they're like, all right, so the
HBO made us
the
cut
motivation for this scene is that it's kind of like that,
In this moment, she's thinking.
Commentary.
Yeah.
I don't want to care what she's thinking. Put it in the show. If
No,
you're
it's
good
cool.
writing, then put it in.
It's cool when you're in the mood and you want to hear their like perspective. Some crazy shit went down, and you're like, okay, it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we can kind of group these episodes because it's all kind of like a growing. It's just it's character development.
Yeah, the new heir to the throne was born in 3 as well, named Aegon.
Yeah.
And which number Aegon is that in the whole story?
This is the second, I believe.
Is that the Aegon that gets banished to the wall?
No, that's Aemon that gets banished to the wall.
Oh my God!
So this is
yeah.
They keep repeating the names. I just like that there's a dude named Damon. I don't know.
That's a cool.
Is he black?
No, he's.
Oh, then that's a rip-off.
It's some bullshit. Yeah, and he spells his name differently too.
Crack feeder doesn't make it out of episode 3. Yeah, he gets apparently in the novel he has a more gruesome fate, but they just kind of killed him off screen in this one.
Oh.
Yeah, I find it interesting. So because of that post showrunner commentary, I went down the rabbit hole and went online to see what the book is like because this is based off of a book, and they're doing a lot of things differently.
Yeah.
Than the books, than this House of Dragon book. And they're taking like a lot of like things that aren't full stories and expanding them and giving you like, oh, maybe this is what happened, which I find interesting. Like in this last episode, we see the death of Daemon Targaryen. We see the death of his wife. Well, in the books, like that doesn't happen that way. It's just kind of mentioned. Oh, she died on a horse on a hunting accident, and that's it. So they kind of took that and expanded upon it. So I know with Game of Thrones, a lot of people were like, oh, when the source material was done, the show went bad. But I knew after reading the books that they went away from that source material for a while.
Yeah, probably like season 3 or season 4, they were already winging it. Yeah.
So I'm curious to see how close they stay since it's not as beloved a book or whatever.
Yeah. Just important to note that in episode 3 is when they brought up that Rhaenyra should marry Laenor Velaryon.
Yeah.
Even though
these names are just so.
They're so out there.
Who?
I guess this is where they do the hunt in the Kingswood, and he kills the stag, and then the other I guess the boar almost kills Rhaenyra out there.
Yeah, someone gets killed by a boar.
Yeah. So she has to kill the boar. They bring it back. So it's interesting.
It's not though. Oh, listen, episode.
I was like, you guys sound excited.
No, it was a good episode. But
it's not interesting.
Things.
Episodes 3, 4, and 5 could have been all smushed together, and it's not that they weren't good, but they're just taking time to develop each character.
Right.
See who should I give a shit about? It's basically like who should I give a shit about episodes, so that when they age them, and they get older and we hear their names, that it means something. That's how I took it.
Well, I mean, it's a show versus a movie, so it has more time to really see, like you were saying.
Yeah. I would say the big takeaway from these 3 episodes has been that Daemon Targaryen kind of wants to hook up with his niece.
Yeah, that's a little icky. and that's the transition to episode 4, ladies and gentlemen, where the uncle takes the niece out for a little fun. In the town. Yeah. Are you caught up on these shows?
I had never watched anything.
No,
I've watched nothing. These names, even if I went back to watch them, I wouldn't remember what you said.
Michaela's not going back 8 years, 8 seasons, I don't think. At this point, maybe you will.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm trying to keep up on the marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Yeah.
Let's see. So the prince is back in episode 4. They have the thing, a little escape time.
Medieval stuff is like not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
Not your bag.
No, it's not. I do like mythology, but I don't like medieval.
The Rings of Power or whatever it's called. I forget.
Is it the Lord of the Rings thing? No, probably not. I know I'm terrible. I'm not a true geek at heart.
Are you watching that?
I ain't watching the Rings of Power.
No, I don't got enough. What's it called? The word I like to use.
Patience.
Emotional real estate right now for it.
It's elves, dude. It's not the Young and the Restless. It's mythical elves and dwarves.
Fast and Furious.
Are you crying over right now? Are you crying over these damn rings?
Yeah.
You know, every time somebody gets killed by the dragon, you know.
I think Game of Thrones has made everyone like emotionless.
Oh yeah, dude, I'm dead inside,
walking
dude.
through life. If they saw someone murdered on the street, they'd be like, "Oh, this is just content. This is just life."
Between Game of Thrones and Spartacus, 4 seasons of Spartacus, I'm just dead inside. I'm like, whatever.
So what do you?
That's why you think so terribly about all these movies.
Yeah, they're too happy.
You're like, no, it needs more.
You know, I need Logan.
It's kind of like episode 4 is really all about her, you know, having that little fling with the uncle, kind of that didn't happen.
See, this does not make me want to watch it.
They didn't have, you know, it's kind of like, you know, because
is it your big letdown?
It was kind of they didn't do anything, you know. They didn't do anything. He kind of like he couldn't do it at the end, I guess.
Good for him.
It seems like she was into it, and it kind of made him upset, and he left.
Yeah.
Ew.
And then she went back to her quarters, and she hooked up with one of her Kingsguard.
Okay, that sounds better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
which is important because it's important to episode 5.
Because that's gonna get pregnant.
That's something really big. No, forget
pregnant.
that. No, forget that. I'm sure that happens, but something really big happens in episode 5, and that's important from this scene. With the hookup, yes.
Well,
she gets decapitated.
As a background, they're really big. They're from a different place than everyone else. Like they conquered this place, and they're really big on keeping their blood pure.
Yeah, that's what they.
So because their bloodline can
they're just trying to.
They're okay with
just
the cousins,
try to get everything.
You know, cousins and
keep it within the family.
It's very European.
Yeah.
Or how I say West Virginian in some aspects.
Locally.
Yeah. They're locally sourced.
Bringing
spouses.
it local.
They got locally sourced houses on House of the Dragon.
My gosh.
I'll let you get into episode 5. I actually missed the first part of episode 5, Tarek. So
how'd you miss it? You can rewind.
And I meant to rewind it, and
I've
already watched
it.
it.
Like it's already gone too far.
So
you weren't watching it live at a stadium, Speedy. What were you doing?
It's not like you're in the theater.
Help me out, Tarek. Okay, help me
out. Episode 5. It starts. Let me see if I remember how this starts. this is Daemon Targaryen's. He's already returned, and yeah, they finally found the main character Rhaenyra. They find her a husband. She's going to marry. Unfortunately, I believe it's her cousin.
Yes.
Yay!
And that's okay apparently. We're hooking up with her uncle's not.
Yeah. She's marrying like I don't know, like her fourth cousin removed. It's the Kevin Gates situation, if you know what that is. To bring together these two houses. And,
I don't know what you're referring to.
That's a deep cut.
Yeah,
it's all right.
It's a and the wedding. So they have a wedding. Weddings are bad in Game of Thrones shows.
Yeah, it seems like weddings go wrong all
right,
the time.
people just get decapitated or something.
Every time.
Somebody's gonna die in a wedding.
Someone dies.
Yeah.
Every time. And it's kind of the rumors out that the main character Rhaenyra that she's not a virgin anymore.
Oh, she had sex with that guard. Is that what you're saying?
She had sex with the guard.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks it's the she had sex with the uncle, but she didn't. It's the guard. So she agrees to marry whoever, they offer for her. They have the wedding, and the guy she's marrying is in the closet. Her cousin is in the closet. He has a secret lover who is a man. And they both know each other's secret, so they're kind of happy. Like, I have a secret, you have a secret, we'll be fine.
Like besties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just become best friends.
Yeah, that's his beard. She's his. I don't know. He's his shield. I don't know what it's called for a woman.
Bush.
And it all goes to shit after that.
Derek?
Huh?
Never mind. You said beard. I don't know what's called for a woman, and I said bush.
Good answer.
I was kidding.
That might make the promo.
No,
that's what it's in. That's what it's in now. That's what it is now. It's in the on now. You've created.
I'm gonna quit the show.
You've created a new.
People can't know women have hair.
Most girls, I can tell you that. Yeah. So we end up at a bloody wedding. The two secret lovers end up.
Yeah, so the secret lovers. So apparently, the secret lover went up to the King's Guard guy. I forget his name, Sir. What is his name?
Sir Tristan Cole.
Tristan Cole. He's a Cole from the Cole house. And he goes up and says, "Hey, listen, me and you, we have mutual interest, yada yada yada."
So wait, the guard that she hooked up with, and then the other lover.
The other lover went up to the guard and was talking to.
So like their lovers, met.
Yeah.
Kind of met, but he went up to the guard and said, "Hey, we got a mutual interest in protecting our interests. I know that you're hooking up with the queen or the queen to be, and
Oh, why did you do that?
Yeah, that's what he did. Yeah.
Why did he do that?
He
idiot.
Because somebody had to die at the wedding. So
it was him.
Yeah.
So wait, is the couple now like mad at each other?
Oh, there's definitely some stress there. Yeah.
It's like now your lover gets to live and my lover dies.
Yeah. Well, there's twist. I'll let you tell them the twist, Tarek.
Yeah. So the guard she slept with, he has a vow of chastity, so he's all worried about getting kicked out. He tries to marry her and take her away, but she's like, nope. He's worried about being kicked out. So when the other dude tells him, like, yeah, I know that you had sex with her, and it's okay because I'm having sex with him, he flips out thinking somebody knows.
Right.
Oh, wasn't the gay part of it? It was like
it was like
that I that I broke my vow.
To get out.
Right.
Yeah.
So he kills him at the wedding. And it looks like
dead men tell no tale.
That's right.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's a very Florida thing to do.
Eating salt. What is it? The bath salts.
Yeah. So looks like he's about to kill himself. A ritual, honorable.
Yeah.
Oh.
Commit suicide.
After this whole incident. And someone comes and stops him. The queen comes and stops him.
The queen or the queen to be?
The current queen.
The current queen.
The current queen comes and stops him.
Because she's got some beef too, right? We didn't talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a little upset right now. Because I guess, I don't know, I missed that whole part. I guess there was...
Yeah. So the main character, Rhaenyra, the one who had sex with the guard, her and the queen used to be best friends.
Aren't they? Is that the mom?
No.
The mom now of the other possible heir.
No. So the mom passed away, and
she's a whole other.
She remarried. Her father remarried her best friend.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're not getting along, whatever. And she kind of tells her, hey, I know you did something with your uncle. And that's when the girl Rhaenyra is like, no, I didn't do it with my uncle. I didn't do anything. I'm still chaste. I'm still pure. And then it gets out that she had sex with the guard.
Oh.
So she's like hot. She's mad. She's like, I played myself for my girl. And, it was a cliffhanger. It was like, what's she going to do? What is she going to use this guard for? Like I said, it's intrigue, it's drama. It's the WWE in medieval times, or like a mixture of WWE and All My Children, and with some dragons occasionally.
That's good.
That's why when people say, a lot of people say, "Oh, I don't watch like the drama or like the rom-coms." It's like, you watch Game of Thrones, right? Okay, there's rom-com and everything.
It's pure drama.
Or drama, I should say, like Days of Our Lives.
It is.
I don't watch Days of Our Lives. It is.
It's a soap
practically,
opera,
except with the action,
with a fantasy house built around it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Lord of the Rings, the Rings of Power, pure fantasy. Really? It's pure. I get lost. I get lost watching Lord of the Rings. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck y'all are talking about.
And that's the review, ladies and gentlemen.
They're so deep in the lore.
Just so deep in the lore. I'm like, I'm here, but I'm not sure I'm understanding. Right. It's like it was like reading the encyclopedia. It's just like, okay. I think I understand the Cretaceous period of dinosaurs, but I'm not positive. I'm here.
Right.
But are you here for it? You're gonna finish it, or are you just gonna watch it casually?
Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
I'm gonna finish, but it definitely won't be if this thing goes like 3 seasons, I'm out. Like if I hear they're like, hey, it's been renewed for 4 seasons, I'm stopping after the first season. I'm not. It's weird. Adam McKellar, you say you're not into the medieval things.
Mm-mm.
I like to think that I am, but sometimes it's too it's not enough. Like Speedy said, the acting in House of Dragons has been good. Performances have been good. The scoring of the music, the mood. Whereas Lord of the Rings is just fantasy. It's just lore, and I can't do that for too long. You
gotta have more to the story. Like the reason why some movies do really well over other movies is because they have like all the different boxes are checked off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and that includes love, whether it's like sister brotherly love, cousins screwing themselves. I don't know. It has to have something with like a little bit of drama.
Yeah.
It can't just be like, we're gonna go after this like adventure story fantasy, and it's like nothing else like to build the characters.
Right. That being said, again, I'm all in for Willow. So
Willow is gonna have more concepts though to it.
How many episodes is gonna be Willow?
I don't know how many episodes.
It's like should be short and sweet. 6, something like that. 8, 6 to 8.
I don't know, but there's adventure in it. But there's still gonna be love. There's still gonna be tension. There's still gonna be.
Oh. What's the hype level for Andor, ladies and gentlemen?
Very high.
Yeah? You hype for Andor?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
I actually am too.
Yeah?
I didn't think I would be, but those trailers I'm in.
I like it. I like the
I don't know when is it set?
It's set
prequel to Rogue
like
One.
5 years before Rogue One.
Okay.
The 12 episodes of this season is going to be like straight after each other, and then the next season is going to be more of time jumps. And then it's going to lead right up into Rogue One.
Okay.
That's the second season. But this season's going to be just like building Andor.
They have 2 seasons?
They have 2 seasons.
Holy moly.
That's all they're going to do because obviously he dies.
Right.
Spoiler alert if you haven't seen Rogue One.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy. I couldn't remember if he dies. He dies in Rogue One. I think everybody dies.
They all die.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think we don't have a whole lot to work with, but to me, the Star Wars shows have been better to me than the Disney shows. And there's not as many Star Wars shows, but I don't think the Disney shows have quite.
How many Star Wars shows been there too?
Mandalorian, Obi-Wan. Andor's coming out.
Obi-Wan.
I'm super hype on Mandalorian.
And what was it? What was the Boba Fett one called? That was the one that was kind of like a little bit
Book
of
Boba Fett.
Book of Boba Fett.
Book of Boba Fett. Yeah, that was a little bit of.
That was the one that was struggling.
AKA Mandalorian season 2.5.
But John Watts doing Skeleton Crew. That show.
Oh, did they show you a trailer or anything else?
No, they only showed a photo of Jude Law, and he's not Thrawn, which I thought he was. We all thought he was going to be Thrawn. a Grand Admiral Thrawn from
I'm not familiar with
the
this.
animated. What?
What's Skeleton Crew going to be? I didn't know about
Is
this.
it animated or is live action?
It's live action.
Okay.
It's going to be about
the animated Tales of the Jedi look really good.
the Tales of the Jedi look amazing.
That looks good.
It's going to follow Count Dooku, Ahsoka Tano, and I think those two. If I'm not, I don't have my notebook with me that I was like writing all the notes down. But yeah, it's going to follow like Ahsoka's like pre-becoming a Jedi, and then right after.
They have like Darth Revan there. What it look like?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like one of the scenes there.
And then Count Dooku shows like his relationship with like in the Jedi and how he like got to the dark side.
Mm-hmm.
And a young Qui-Gon Jinn is in it, voiced by Liam Neeson.
Oh wow.
Ooh.
So he's returning. But yeah, so Skeleton Crew is about these kids in the galaxy that are lost and trying to find their way. So it's just going to be this like organic, like new story about just these kids. I'm sure there's going to be some characters from like the animated
like the
shows.
Ewok show. Have you ever watched that?
Yeah, of course. But this one's not. It's not going to be like John Watts is doing it. So I can't imagine it's going to be like some random like fun thing. I'm sure it's going to be fun, but it's going to be definitely
like
some
Ewok
serious
show.
in it. No. I mean, the Ewok show is like fun for children.
Yeah.
But they made 2 of them, so.
But Skeleton Crew, it looks fun. I don't know. It's exciting. It's going to be, I think, based around the same time as The Mandalorian. So you might see some characters returning. Like Amy Sedaris' character might come up. I don't know. Something like that.
Those kids that are on the bikes or whatever from Book of Boba Fett.
No, it's going to be, they said it's going to be no kids we know of.
Oh, okay.
It's just going to be some random old kids.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of, The Last Jedi kind of intrigued me into like the kids of the universe of Star Wars. So I don't know. This makes me very excited for Star Wars.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that. That was to me the biggest L from that.
Yeah, they never built on that.
Subsequent movies is the teasing like these little kids. The little kid with the broom at the end of The Last Jedi. I'm like, oh, okay, we're gonna get, and then they just kind of abandon it. I don't know. That was weird.
Yeah, I mean, Marvel and Star Wars, they like rely a lot on. I think that they're scrolling through Twitter constantly to see, hey, what do they like? What do they like? What do they like? What do they like? What do they don't like? Like, what do we want? When I feel like they just need to just do organic stories and just run with it, like The Mandalorian. Like, just do something that is in the world of Star Wars that's not drawing too much from the old stuff, and just do it. Just try it. Like, don't worry about if people want Kylo Ren and Rey to kiss. Like, no, I don't care about that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care if Palpatine's granddaughter. Like, that's not what I wanted. I wanted a new story.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and that's what they're doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
They absolutely failed us.
Right. They canceled some stuff, too. They canceled Rogue One or Rogue Squadron.
No, Rogue Squadron's still happening.
Oh, okay. Well, are they pushing it back?
Pushing it back.
Really
Patty Jenkins is doing that.
All right.
Patty
She's
Jenkins.
just too busy.
Yeah.
She's just too busy.
Yeah.
And even Bad Batch, they pushed it back, too. The Bad Batch season 2, they pushed that back.
Which I don't know if I'm ever going to watch that, Speedy. I got to be honest with you. You watched it.
I don't know if I'll watch it either.
Yeah. It's a little on my what's that list?
Yeah.
My priority list.
Your list.
Yeah.
It took you a long time to find that word, Speedy?
I want to call it something else. That's what happened. That's it. Did we talk about everything, guys? I think we're. I think
so. I gotta do a pulse check real quick. Is anyone excited for Black Adam?
It's still coming out. Just
still coming out, right?
It's not delayed.
No, it's November 5th.
What's your hype level, bro?
You were going to talk about Ezra.
Oh yeah. Before we end the show, there you go.
And on a bad note,
let's put back the regular music here.
Yeah, talk about Ezra.
I gotta find this article. Hold up.
Yeah, well,
that movie ain't coming out. I'm gonna put money on it.
He's reshooting. They say he's reshooting some stuff.
Not after what happened now. They're gonna be like, you know what? We're just.
Did he just do something else?
He's like on a different planet.
This is Yahoo. This is on Yahoo, Vanity Fair,
Entertainment Weekly, I think.
Rolling Stone, IndieWire. So, let's go to my favorite. Oh wait, here we go. Let's go to Yahoo.
I honestly, before you say this, I just feel bad for this man.
Okay.
Honestly.
Here's the headline, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, something's going on. This is not just the acting out thing.
There's something happening.
Here's the headline, ladies and gentlemen. Ezra Miller reportedly has delusions that they are the Messiah. Wants to lead an indigenous revolution. Sorry, thank you very much.
That's all right. I didn't even see it, and I just knew it was indigenous.
Yeah, this is your people, Speedy. You should know this stuff. You got indigenous roots. So you claim. Yes. So you say.
Somewhere in my tree, my family tree, yes. Ezra Miller is the subject of a new Vanity Fair expose, which looks at the 29-year-old actor's dark spiral over the past few years. More than a dozen people were interviewed for the lengthy report, some of whom claimed Miller suffers from Messiah delusions. Mm-hmm. His erratic behavior first spilled into public while they were in Iceland in 2020. The Flash star, whose pronouns are they, them, choked two strangers with one incident, going viral as it was caught on film. An insider who was with Miller around this time told Vanity Fair they talk about the metaverse and the medicine and how they're the Messiah and what their work is here. They say their spiritual practice is to be among the people, which means party. So when on Iceland, they were out nonstop. Their favorite were raves where they'd go on benders for 2 or 3 days at a time. Miller has been accused of cult-like behavior and grooming young women. Activist Tokata Iron Eyes is among those who have been has been traveling around the world with Miller in recent months. Tokata's parents went public and accused the actor of brainwashing and assaulting their daughter. She has denied that in interviews. Tokata's mother, Jumping Eagle, says she has heard about Miller's supposed Messiah complex. They say they are some kind of Messiah and they're going to lead an indigenous revolution. And then that's enough.
Yeah, this is what happens. See, this is the bad side effect of the Snyder Cut.
Stop it.
Now you got these people thinking they can just do whatever the fuck they want.
That's not true.
You can't, Ezra. Just because Zach got the Snyder Cut doesn't mean you can go and just live your life however you want to. There's rules. There's rules, Ezra Miller.
Deeper.
Apparently, everyone. I kind of feel bad because apparently everyone who's seen something of the Flash says that it's really a great movie. Like,
they've seen the whole thing or just pieces?
They've seen, like people who've seen like the screenings or the testings or whatever. Like,
yeah, I heard the same thing.
What has been done has been
too bad. It's gonna be deleted.
They're coming out with this movie.
Do you think so? I think they shouldn't.
Yeah, it's what they're like $200 million in. How much money? Think 100 million to 200 million?
I think they're coming out with this movie. I don't see them just shelving this. This shit may go to HBO, whatever HBO Max is going to be. But
you know what they should do? Like that South Park episode.
Yeah.
When they had to they had that religious episode and they had to put the bear.
Yes.
On one of the religious figures. I won't say who, but they put a bear on the religious figure. But it was like they should do that with Flash.
Just black him out.
Just have
black out his face.
Yeah, just black out his face.
Listen, one of my favorite shows on Netflix is The Movies That Made Us, I think it's called.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And in Aliens, the sequel to Alien, the main Marine guy that Sigourney Weaver is with, the head Marine guy, he was not the original cast person. And in that thing, they showed it they cast him like the last 4 weeks. And they just did different shots. And some of those shots are the previous actor. Wow. And he got poked out and got in trouble and when they were out of the country and they kicked him off of the set. And so a lot of those shots aren't that actor. Which, listen, now with CGI and stuff, I wouldn't be surprised if he's not in a lot of it. But I think we try to just put the cap on stuff, let it die down, and then see what happens.
Yeah.
That happens a lot more than we all think. What is it? Army of the Dead? Wasn't Chris D'Elia supposed to be in it, and they replaced it with that one comedian, Tig Notaro.
Yeah.
A lot of that is just edit. I mean, you could tell when you think about it, when you look at it, you're like, oh yeah, this is definitely edited. That person, if you saw the movies that made us, Back to the Future, Michael J. Fox was not the original character.
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah. Eric Stoltz.
Yep.
I felt bad for that guy. They filmed the whole movie with him, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Just kidding." Michael J.
We
Fox.
don't like it. Go do some kind of wonderful. Pretty in Pink or whatever the fuck you gonna do. Do the Fly too. Leave us alone.
All right, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
know we're leaving, but I have to say something.
Yeah, go ahead.
In my travels on the plane, I saw Morbius.
Oh
finally.
no! Don't even cut him off.
I saw Morbius. Finally.
Should I mute him?
It's a Morbin time.
Listen, the first 30 minutes, I was like, this is not bad. I don't see what the problem is.
And
I
then
was like,
it went
yo,
off the
this is. And then I looked at the time and I was like, okay, I got like an hour and a half left, a little less than an hour and a half left.
You spoke
Like,
too soon.
This is decent. Yo, I've never seen a film go south so fast. I've never seen anything like
Was
that
it so
in my
bad
life.
It was good?
No, it was bad.
Double bad, triple bad.
The setup of the Morbius thing and like that and the disease and the childhood, I'm like, this is decent. Even the moment up to where he's on the boat, and I'm like, okay, this is not bad. And then it just nosedives. I mean, Shikra straight down. By the end, I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? What happened? Yeah, no. I'm on board. I'm on board with everybody's bad review.
Matt Smith's character was the worst one.
Wow.
Nonsense. Like Peter Parker, when he had the black suit and was doing the dance or whatever in the street, that was bad. But you could tell it was on purpose, like campy.
Right.
Matt Smith's his character was just terrible.
His dancing.
Oh my god.
Are you on Twitter?
I'm not. I'm no longer on Twitter.
You're no longer on Twitter. I don't know why you've left Twitter because they've been trolling that for the whole all the time.
Have they?
It's just fun.
Wow.
Yeah, I am completely on board. I do not have an imposing view. It was a dumpster fire. I don't know what. I don't know who decided to re-release that.
Did you see the post-credit scene?
That person should be fired.
I did see the post-credit scene. That was stupid.
Really bad.
That was dumb. You know, like I don't know what is going. I don't know what. That was one of the worst. I've never seen a movie nosedive like that.
Did you watch it? Like, okay, so you came from Rome, right? How long is that flight? Like 9 hours?
7 hours, 7.5 hours.
7 hours. Okay, so when did you start watching it? The beginning of your flight or the end of your flight?
Towards the end.
Okay, good, because then you was like all miserable.
Yeah, no, I watched Top Gun.
Flight.
I watched Top Gun Maverick first.
Okay.
Oh, you should have watched the second, actually.
I watched Top Gun Maverick first, and then I watched that, and then I watched the movie about depression. Because that's how I felt. I was like, how do you get out of this? I need a documentary about the beautiful life of clownfish or something, because that shit was man, it went so south. It went so south. I feel bad for Jared Leto sometimes. I'm like, man, you can't catch a raw deal.
He's putting himself into that.
Yeah.
Oh, so now I feel like I'm dragging on the show, but another thing I'm looking forward to, speaking of Jared Leto, is the new Haunted Mansion movie.
Oh yeah,
we saw a trailer for it.
You saw other Disney stuff.
I saw other Disney stuff. Yeah, I saw
Feel free to talk about anything that was exciting.
I saw the Black Ariel in person.
Okay.
She's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Screw the haters.
Right, cool.
What Haunted Mansion? We saw the trailer for Haunted Mansion. Owen Wilson's in it. Tiffany Haddish is in it.
Nice.
Lakeith Stan. No, yeah.
I like the Haunted Mansion, right? It's actually
my favorite.
Rosario's in it. Danny DeVito is in it. More people. Jared Leto plays the Hatbox Ghost. If you are a fan of Haunted
Mansion,
be
hopefully in a decent movie.
Yeah, I don't think he'll have any any lines.
Definitely one of my favorite rides at Disney. Like even as I guess still I have to go to the Haunted Mansion.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, it's good. And then they had an announcement while on the stage. They had a Doom buggy come out, face the other way, and they're like, "Someone's in the movie, and we're gonna announce it now." And it was Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh,
she came out, and the Queen of Scream, as they call her, she's gonna be in Haunted Mansion as Madame Leota.
Cool.
Sorry to go off the rails.
No, it's okay.
Me and Tarek are just talking now.
No, it's fine.
I'm good for that. You know, Tiffany Haddish is in a little bit of trouble too.
That's why they didn't mention her.
So I'm wondering if they're going to keep that.
I think they're going to keep her. They just didn't mention her.
What trouble she's in? I didn't hear about that. Give us the Cliff Notes. There you go.
Inappropriate sketch with children.
Oh.
About child molestation.
Oh, wow. So yeah, they might cut her off. Who knows?
That would probably do it for her Disney career. Yeah.
I don't care.
They
Listen,
didn't even show her in the trailer.
I think that would do it if she was on Blumhouse. They'd be like, "Yeah, we still can't do that movie." I don't think it's just Disney. I think it's so creepy. It's like, yeah, I know we're UPN, but we can't have you on. We can't have you in this film stuff, Disney. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's probably a problem.
Yeah. So, yay, Geek Culture Congress.
Yay.
Love the ending.
Derek, let them know how they can follow you, brother.
My name is Tarek on Instagram and on YouTube.
All right. And of course, Michaela, let them know how they can follow you for our audio people.
Mika Fig on Instagram and on YouTube at Adult Adventure Time. We have all of our D23 fun on there. And then in a couple of weeks, you'll see all of our New York Comic Con fun. So.
Oh, yeah. She's going to
I
New York
got
Comic
it.
Con. You missed that.
I got to go on your page and see. Have you ever done, what's the theme park in Ohio? Cedar Point.
I've never gone to Cedar Point.
Oh,
Never.
you got to get some sponsorships to get you to go to Cedar Point.
I know, right? Apparently, Dollywood's the big old hit right now. People love it.
Yeah.
It's this big old marketing push, I guess.
All right, guys, you can follow me at DJ SpeedyJR on the socials. Follow the show, Geek Culture Congress on Instagram. Put them together, separate them, 3 words for Facebook. Give us a like. Follow our YouTube channel. Give us a subscribe there. Geek Culture Congress there as well. Give us a comment and share it with your friends. The show if you enjoy the content. And of course, we'll be back Monday. We're gonna change to a different time. Yeah, we're gonna try this 9 p.m. thing. Yeah,
Speedy, you got to capitalize subscribe in YouTube. What are you doing down there?
Subscribe on YouTube. Yeah,
But it's uncapitalized. You
Like,
savage.
subscribe.
I don't know. I just
Follow
typed it.
for more.
I typed it really fast. That's what happened. I left it like that. So 9 p.m. We're gonna try this 9 p.m. thing now on Mondays. So
Give it a shot.
yeah, we'll give it a shot. See if it
We'll
Hey, we're
benefit
grown. We're adults.
those
Yeah.
people in California.
And me and Speedy are the only ones old enough to need to take naps. The rest of y'all, young, you young folks should be fine with that.
Yeah, it'll be fine. All right, guys. We'll see you again next week. All right. Be safe.
Peace.
And we'll talk more about House of the Dragon, She-Hulk, and everything else. Have a good one, guys. Be safe.